Hi, for the listeners, we're back inside after another little hiatus that we always do. Today, we got the money-saving parent in EJ. You get what I'm saying? It's mad still. I wanted to talk to you briefly, yeah, because obviously I came across your stuff quick on socials, yeah, and like I feel like social media is such a powerful tool in terms of like discovering like talent, education, all that kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? But it had me thinking like, like before, like when I think about the start of social media, I'm talking about like early Facebook, early Instagram. Like it wasn't this. Social media was a place where people used to like go for banter or like lock in with their friends and family, and like over the last decade, I would say it's become a place where like people have now like set up businesses online. People are now educating online like yourself, bro. And it's like good to see, but there are like downfalls to social media. So over like the last 10 years, social media has changed. But I wanted to talk to you, man. Like, what do you, man, think the negatives over the last 10 years have been since the start of social media? What would you say? Like the bad things that's come out of this?
I thought it might sound like a bit of an oxymoron because I guess for me, social media helps bring a lot of business for what I do.
Yeah.
But I feel sometimes we live in a generation whereby everyone's heads down and it's just scroll. And almost like, I feel like people aren't touching grass enough. Just going out, just enjoying life. Not everything needs to be documented.
Yeah.
You know, there's times whereby even with me on my Instagram, I don't even document certain things. Whereas before I'm like, no, I want you to know that I'm here. I've been to this motive, I'm at this event, I'm with so-and-so people. But
you know what tells me that, like, you know what the biggest thing about that is? Instagram stories. You know, where people highlight it.
Yeah.
Thinking, if you went like 6 weeks ago, have you ever seen someone go, I'm just updating my highlights, ignore my story? And it's like something from like 2 years ago. I'm thinking, it's done, like you enjoyed it. Like I don't have no highlight. I put apart from the pod, I'm thinking, what does man need to highlight? I don't get it. Why am I highlighting my life to you? I don't really get it. But everyone's different. But that's the one thing I think about Inside. I think, what's the point in this? Like, man's just, and you know what's mad? It's all neat as well. If you look at people's highlights, it's never really...
It's all aesthetics.
It's all aesthetics all the time. I've been Tokyo, I've been Dubai, I've been this, I've been that. And I think for me with that question, it's the reach in a good way and a bad way. I think mine's a double negative, that's what you want to call it. Like the reach is sick. Like you said, people are able to educate, people are able to inform, people are able to advise, people are able to see stuff within like quick seconds that they wouldn't have been able to before and get quick information. But at the same time, people are too accessible or allow too much access to people. Like you can just go on let's say, just comment and write, this is shit advice, or even like footballers. Let's just take footballers because it's mad generic. You see, bro, man miss a chance and man get held, hella abuse.
Man could be in his comments and that.
Monkey
active,
emojis.
Yeah, active, yeah, it's true.
This, that. And man's thinking, bro, you can't even play football. Like, you get it? Like, people are just commenting and they can't even do the job, which I guess it comes with the territory, but I think that is a negative of it. The fact that man can open my phone and just get bare abuse in 5 seconds because I missed a penalty for conversation's sake.
Yeah.
Mad.
No, it's true.
It's mad. But I guess it's a good positive as well, isn't it? Like, it's very the progress between back in the day, you said like your Bebos and that.
Yeah, because it literally just used to be social.
Bang.
It was just a social
thing.
thing.
Social thing.
That's what I'm saying.
A man used to just update stupidness, like in the park with my friends, chilling.
No, literally.
And that was a big status update. And now, yeah, it's mad. Now it's just like the reach is crazy still. Everything's possible. Anything's possible by social media.
And I think that's a beauty in itself though, because you're seeing people actually making livings out of literally living out of social media. Like they've quit their 9 to 5 or they're using it as a side hustle as well, as bringing in generating business, or it's allowed them to connect with people. You know, literally whereby you have a skill, someone that maybe has influence sees it, can now put you in contact with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So yes, it may have its negative sides, but there's definitely a lot of positives, I would
100%.
say. And I thought sometimes we have to realise it's social media.
Yeah.
It's not really like a real world, if that makes sense. Because you might meet someone on social media and think, see them on social media and think, wow, this person's lit. Meet them in person, they're a bit of a cunt.
Not the same person.
Yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes take it with a bit of a pinch of salt, if that makes sense, and just try not to get too embedded by it, you know.
Yes, that's the thing. It's what people want to show you, innit? At the same time, if like, unless it's like even reality TV shows, it's edited, innit? But unless it's that, it's like you gotta remember this person's controlling what they put out. They're in charge. It's their social media. It's like you said, just because it's what you see, you're thinking, oh my god. Like even you look at it and say, like I said with the highlights, like what a life they live, but I don't know what the fuck.
You don't know the ins and outs.
I don't know if you're selling your ass for that. That's what my dad used to say that all the time, fam. Say, don't look at our next man. You don't know if he's selling his ass for it. I hear it still. It's a mad world we're living in, so anything's possible, fam.
My thing was like, the thing that came to mind when I came across your stuff, I was more thinking, obviously you're teaching like financial literacy in a sense, and like there's a lot of people now who are online, who are semi-teachers. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Teachers, coaches, who are online and who are doing their thing. They've amassed like followings, or they're getting clients in, they're getting business in, and they're teaching people how to do X, Y, Z, and people are going on to do their own thing off the back of that. And like obviously, when we think about back in the day when this wasn't a thing, it's like the route people was taking was, you come from school, you either go college, you finish college, you do your A-levels and whatnot, then you go uni to learn a specific thing in a specified field or whatever. And then from there, you go into the workforce off the back of what you learned in uni. And it's like now, you don't really need to go uni. You don't need to go uni.
Depends what you're teaching though.
And if you do go uni and you come out off the back of like a specified subject or whatever, and you come out and you're like, you know what, I'm not really feeling this career. Boom, you could switch it. And you could start learning online, which has like changed the whole like trajectory of like people's careers, because now they can learn online. What do you man think about the whole online education thing not going the normal route?
You answer still, you're doing
so it's mad because you kind of sum myself up. So I went uni, I studied biochemistry at uni, and it's mad because to add on to what you were saying before, I feel also as well having contacts goes a long way in any field you're in. And I'll allude to why I mentioned that. So I went uni, done my degree in biochemistry. I wanted to get into the pharmaceutical industry. I was literally, working in the pharmaceutical industry. I don't know what exactly, but it's working industry. And I remember just like applying for jobs, bruh, or getting declined. Nothing's coming, nothing. This thing trying to get work experience. I'm like, how does one get work experience? Bro, that line there.
That line is jarring.
I'm willing to work for free to get experience, but no one's giving it to me. By chance, one of my bros that I always shout him out, my boy Carl Loco, done an event at the O2 doing poetry. And you think, how is poetry linked to pharmaceutical? But there was a guy that was there that works in the pharmaceutical industry. The guy introduced himself to my boy, and then Carl was like, like my guy EJ, you know, he's got his degree in biochemistry, just trying to get some work experience. Like, is there anything you can do? You know what the guy said to him? Give him my email, tell him to drop me an email.
Mad.
So Carl gave that to me now. So what I did to me, I've composed the email, everything. Set my alarm. Let me wake up at say 5:30 to send it. So see, like, I'm eager. So I sent that email. Went to sleep. Donnie's replied back to me by 7 o'clock. I said, so I'm responding back now. So he's like, obviously, come in, let's have a meeting. Went and have a meeting now. Sat down, chopped it up basically. And then he's like, how can I help you? See, man, I'm like, listen, I'll come from nothing. I need a job. But I was like, you know what? Can I get work experience? So he's like, that's fine. We can organise that. Reach out to my PA. She can organise that for you. So we got that patterned. So what I would do, because I was working in a school at the time as a science technician, just trying to find ways to get experience in it. So I would go in there like on half terms and Easter holidays. So I'll do some shadowing, sat down with the marketing department, shadowed some of the pharmaceutical sales reps that are going around like talking about their drugs to all the consultants and GPs and all that jazz. And then literally spoke to one of the guys that I was shadowed for one of the days. He was like, no, I think you can do it. He's like, literally. And that kind of gave me that spring in my step. So I put that on my CV now. Bro, I kid you not.
Everyone's saying yes now.
The recruiters are like, tell us more about this experience. How did you get this? You didn't go for an internship. You want to know more?
They're glazing.
Bro. So then it just made me think about life. I'm like, like the game's kind of rigged, you know?
Been rigged.
Because I'm like, so before when I've gone uni, I'm trying to put my stuff out there. You know, airing, bro. The moment I put, I've done an internship at one of the biggest companies in the world, pharmaceutical industry. Now you want to know more about it?
Yeah.
So this is mad. I remember I haven't got into corporate now, so I'm doing this for about 5 years, 6 years. Different roles. Some companies were good, and then some companies I realised, this microaggression thing is real, you know? Like, it's
scary hours, isn't it?
It's the hours, and I feel like I hate to use this, what I'm going to say, but I know what I experienced and what I felt. So, you know, if you grown up from South London, or just in London in general, and you're a man, you have a little talk a set away, and obviously you're fresh out of uni, do you know what I mean? But it's almost like you just feel like all eyes are on you, and obviously you're a black man, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, whereas people from Oxfordshire, from the Shires or whatever, and they're talking about, you know, they're going on holiday to this place. I'm like,
skiing trips. All this day, bang that.
Yeah, bro.
I went skiing last year.
You know, whereas the highlight for me is going Butlins. You
know. Full park.
No, but I
like, day out.
I did go to America a few times. They looked after me with that one still, but that's not a norm to man hearing what these guys are talking about. So you don't really fit in as such. So when they want to go out for drinks or whatever, or go to this, you don't really.
I'm not trying to roll.
Do you know what I mean? But luckily, I was at one other company whereby I can't lie, was actually my first company in the industry, and I think the third. They probably looked after, man. So it shows that, sometimes in your roles, you need allies. You know, they can see, okay, you're like a diamond in the rough, but we can work with you. Whereas there's others where perhaps they have their own, have their own stigma.
Yeah,
or
it's really set in stone, really.
So they really cast you by the wayside. So it's like, I always say, once you level up in your field, whatever, who can you bring through?
Yeah.
Who can you open the door for? Who can you say, look, boom, I can see what you're doing. Let me help guide you and navigate you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
You know what's mad? I did a medical degree as well, as in like in the medical world, not bioscience or anything like that. I said like physio, sports rehab, So with that, same thing, bro. Experience. That's all they cared about, and it's just like, how does man do this? And luckily, similar to you, my old football manager, his daughter was head physio at AFC Wimbledon at the time.
See?
And I bumped into him, and he was like, "Come and work for me," because I took a year after uni. I was just pissed, man. I wasn't getting no jobs or whatever. I just started working for a delivery company, innit? Like Ocado. I just started like working a job. These times my grandma was on me, innit? So I was like, you know what, money off a Mac, I have to do something. So I started doing delivering or whatever, and I bumped into my old football manager. And I used to do PEs with him on a Friday. So when I had no uni, I used to go to the school they used to work in and just take the kids to PE because they have a small school in it, and then walk them back. And he was like, "Oh, how's things going? Like, you finished uni?" I was like, "Yeah, but I find it hard right now. I work for Ocado." He's like, "Why though? You're so dedicated. Like, we used to talk about it all the time." And I was like, "Oh, Steve, man, just like it's hard, isn't it? I just can't get my foot in the door." And he was like, "Chat to my daughter. Here's some game, bro. She got me in next week. Man, did a whole summer there.
Mad.
A whole summer at AFC Wimbledon, like 6 weeks.
Allies
Put it
so
on my
important.
CV,
So important.
and then, bro, man got like 2 job offers." After I applied again for different things. Still had to start at the bottom, but man was still in the door. I was still in the door. And then, from there, it's flown ever since, bro.
People get that twisted a lot though, because a lot of the time, I remember in school, like on grades day, everyone was like looking at when everyone got their grades, everyone was looking at all the man's grades. "Oh, you flopped!" Everyone was pointing at the brothers who flopped. Like, I flopped in school. I did primary school. I flopped.
But it means nothing,
But
though.
it's like, no, but this is the thing. Like in school, the teachers like bang on about like, if you like, I remember our history teacher pulling like a group of us into the history room, and he sat us all down. A pair of us. He's like, basically, you man are done. You lot are gonna end up as dustbin men.
No, but
like that's what they bang on about. They're like, if you flop your grades at school, you're gonna be a bum.
Do you know what it was for me? I always knew, that my last line of education would be the most important. That's how I used to see things. So I used to look at my grades, like I didn't fail anything anyway. I passed in general, like I got A to C's or whatever. I weren't no A star student, but I passed, innit? And I used to think, calm, if this gets me into college, I don't mind. Like, I don't care what I got. I'm thinking, that's all I used to think. You see me, even when it comes to uni, bro, I used to learn the mark scheme first. I used to read everything just to pass it. Because you see, education is one form of testing your intelligence. It's not real. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's why even college, bro, man went there, and all they said was like, for me to do the sport realization course, that I had to do 18 modules of at the time it was BTEC sports, innit? And another occasional thing. So you could do like maths or business, just something A level or AS minimum. Anyway, so man did that now. But my school, because my school runs a 2-year program, you can only do 12 or 16. Basically, I'll be short. So I just went in on like an Easter. I just banged the extras and was like, cool, I've done them. So man can get into uni. I didn't care about, I even dropped maths after AS. Because I was like, bruv, if it just needs to be AS, I'm done. Like, give me my AS. I think I've even got like a D. I fucked maths, A level. But I just like, calm. As long as I got it and I passed, they'll accept me into uni.
No, I can't lie, I done maths at AS, brother.
That was a myth.
Integration, differentiation,
bro.
my head was
That's the worst thing I've ever learned, bro.
Brother.
I went uni and A level maths was the hardest thing I've ever learned. S1, core science, physics, safe. That thing there, I got a brethren that's got a maths degree. I said, yeah, you see you.
He's a different caliber.
Bro.
Them man
The
there
maths
see
thing is
life in zeros
crazy.
and ones.
Crazy. It's like that meme, you know the meme with the thing? Man is, crazy. But yeah, I've always been a man who just tries to figure out what do I need to do to pass. Even first year uni. Bro, if I tell you my transcript first year, I took the piss. I got a 3rd for the first year.
I just feel like in school, teachers
like you need to
really kind of scared the kids in whereby they let you know, like, right, if you don't pass this, like,
but
it
you know
may
what
be it for you. And that's not the case.
A lot of kids don't have a plan, so that's why it scares them. Not saying I had a great plan, but I always kind of wanted to go uni. I might not have knew what I wanted to study.
Let me throw a spanner into that.
Without a plan, that will scare you, I think.
I don't want to say blame, but who would you place that on, the fact that children don't have a plan?
Yeah, boy, that's a deeper question. You know, I'm not trying to get no
still-
parents in trouble. Okay, let me say.
I'm not even blaming parents.
Okay,
For you land, I think it's more of a. No, coach might be the wrong word, you know.
yeah, maybe. I think it's
Influence around.
yeah, I think it's a bit of everything. I think it's that nature versus nurture debate. But I think for me, why I had a plan was just because of my mum, to be honest. Like, my mum just kind of showed, man, that if you basically move like A, you'll end up. Like I said, I had a few cousins I was talking to before that are a little older than me. So she didn't kind of use them as an example, but kind of lean on this is the one route, or this is another route. And my mum was peak with education. Like, man used to do that. Ask any of my cousins, you don't want to come to my house on the weekend. My house wasn't the one.
Books are out.
Bro, my mum used to do this thing where you had to do 1 hour reading to play PlayStation 2 hours.
Forget it.
Bro, man, and
I'm
my
not
cousins,
sliding still. I'm
cause
not coming around.
Because most of my cousins are mixed race, yeah, their mum's way more lenient. You get me? I don't know why that is, but the white mum, they were lenient. So man could play PlayStation all night. Man's all play PlayStation at 4 a.m. and that. I'm thinking, bro, this is cold. But bro, man wasn't allowed that in my yard, bro. If my mum, bro, one time I got in trouble. My mum didn't say nothing to me at school. I come home. Remember SCART leads?
Yeah.
SCART lead was missing. You know how much that hit me? SCART lead was missing. I come in and thinking I'm going to play PlayStation. Turned it on, you know, it works. Pad's still there.
She got you.
SCART lead for the TV.
Yeah, she got you. She got
I
you.
said,
You're done.
no.
Yeah, you're done.
This is, I'm going to get in trouble again. I don't think man got one more phone call home. So I think for me, it is more, what's that, nature? Yeah, rather than nurture. But I think both play a part, man. And I think as well, depending on where you grew up and what you see as success. Because a lot of men don't really see the uni thing as successful because it's not relatable to them.
That's it.
So, like, I had a few just like older family members that had been uni and whatnot, like even like female cousins, for example, yeah. And yeah, man saw that like, raw, they're maneuvering, and I don't know, man. And the brethren who I went my first school with, their ethos and like their goals are just different, and the way they live life is different. Like I said, them man are going skiing. One of my brethren is a professional violinist, bro. Man plays for Drake, 21 Savage. He's in America. He did the Brits the other day. Like, so I was looking at him and I'm thinking, and obviously this is a lot younger. Ways. Yeah, there's other ways. So this is obviously when we were younger, but he was still coming through in it. Like, at the time, that man was like playing for like NSG. So like this is on his come up. But I'm thinking, man's watching Graham Daly. I'm like, raw, Gyro, this is cold. So I'm thinking, there's a way to make it. But because even though they're not my closest friends, so I knew them when I was 10 and whatever, because they're there, I'm thinking, man can't live life here.
But that's exposure though. That's exposure.
It's exposure,
because
but it's
a lot
also...
a lot of the man we went to school with don't see that.
That's my point. That's what I said. So as I said, depends what you see
so
as success.
for them, you flop school, that's it, bro.
Yeah, but that's my point. So like, for example, yeah, let's spin it on the head now, yeah. Let's say a man who wants to do road completely, yeah. And let's say his older is mashing roads. To him, that's successful.
Yeah.
So if he goes and does road and takes home, I don't know what road money is, but takes home what his older's taken home, He's like, raw, in 2 years, man's matching what my older was taking. He thinks he's successful. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And he could be successful to him. I'm not to say he's not. But I'm saying, I think it is exposure. So relatable to what you see. What you see will determine your... Because you know, like somebody used to say like back in the day, like, bro, I just want a BMW. That's all I want. You know, like them type of sayings there. I just want a car. Like, if I get a car, I've made it.
I remember there was a phase when everyone was trying to get the 1 Series.
Yeah, one. That's it.
That was mad.
He's got the 1.
Yeah, he's got the 1 Series. You made it.
He's up.
Or the A-class or 1 Series. Nah. If you had the A-class,
that's entry level.
Yeah, that's bro.
Yo.
For the real world, that's entry level. But if you had that below like 25,
You was the man.
brother.
No, it's true still.
you was
Man cut
kicking.
through with an A3. Man was like,
Listen, you've gone clear.
Madness, bro.
Yeah.
I got a Corsa for my first car. I think that's the most Snapchat replies I've ever got on my Snap. It was. I was 18 though, innit? So I was a young driver. It was going off,
That's still lit. That's lit.
bro. It was going
I was still doing,
off.
I was still doing tap at 18.
It was going off. My Snap, bro. My Snap reply. Everyone was like, "Oh my god!" All I did was snap the wheel, the meaty lion, you know. I didn't know it was going off on
I'll
my
never
Snap.
forget when-
Things were on. I said, "No, this is mad." The vehicle thing is brazy.
Because one of my boys, he had a blue Corsa, and he's a tall you, like 6'5".
Unacceptable.
When you got that car, you're like, oh, you're the guy.
He couldn't fit
But
in
I'm
it
a
though.
6'5" guy.
Yeah, you
yeah,
can't fit in that
it's
still.
mad.
He's got to get that.
Man's got the seat
All the way back. No one can sit behind
Behind
him.
him. Yeah,
But he's
gotta
got
get
the
that
car.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
So
I'm
no one
saying.
can say nothing.
No one can say nothing.
All right,
mad.
EJ, talk to us about. Obviously, you told us, you mentioned that you was doing like the biochemistry
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
How did you get into like doing the finance stuff and
Yes.
teaching that kind of stuff?
So it's so jokes here what you so talking about AS level maths. So I was doing that at college and I was doing facts now. Right. So I went to after St Mary's where I spoke about
Yeah,
school I
yeah,
went to.
cool.
I went to John Fisher.
Okay,
So I went there for
yeah.
like a year, but I couldn't adjust.
Mm.
Going from St Mary's to John, I'm like, this is mad. But in hindsight, I wish I went to a school like John Fisher because like some of my guys that I was still in contact with, you see how they are in life, how they're doing. It makes sense.
It's mad, isn't it?
Obviously, thank God, by God's grace, I've progressed to get to you. But
The journey's a
seeing
journey.
what they're doing, their outlook, their mindset, I'm like, nah, schools like that make sense because how you're kind of set apart.
It's
compared to
crazy.
maybe if you go to comprehensive school,
It's crazy.
it's
Still,
different, bro.
it's mad.
Like I got one of my cousins that went Dulwich College,
Yeah, I know Dulwich.
and then his mindset is different.
They got
And
they got that deferred gratification on lock
Brother.
still.
Right,
It's on lock.
like, and the confidence level was just a skyrocket. But yeah, back to what you're saying. So when I went to college, I was doing 5A. When I left St Charles, I went to St Charles, around the corner, funny enough. I was doing 5 A's at the time, but it was getting too much for me. So I was doing AS level economics.
Okay.
But I dropped it, but I really liked it. And then I kept with maths, brother. I should have let
Maths
go.
would
of
have
maths.
killed you. Maths will kill you.
I
Still.
wasn't. That was easy. Then the
It's
maths
mad
thing
because
was
GCSE
slapping.
level maths is a doddle.
Brother.
I did it like year 10. Bad, but A level.
Oh, I got a niece that's doing it for A level, yeah, and she's a whiz.
Yeah.
So when she's telling me, I'm looking at her thinking, yeah, you're seeing things on zero. Your brain is different.
I think everyone who did A level maths has got
Yeah,
like slight
yeah. There's
autism
the- has to-
in a
you
good
have
way.
to.
Do you get what I mean? Like they're slightly unhinged. Because fam, it's the hardest thing I've ever done.
It's mad. It's mad.
No, yeah, sorry.
So, I've always had that affinity for finance, but I was like, okay, I didn't know what I want to do, but I knew I was kind of good at science. Let me just go down the science route. Let's do bioscience. I didn't get enough grades to become a doctor. But I never had an affinity to become a doctor. There's some doctors in the family, but then that side of the family didn't really resonate with them because I wasn't really around them as much.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But I just knew they were doctors. So, done the bioscience, whatever. Now I got into the pharmaceutical industry for like 5-6 years, and it's so mad. There's always a saying, sometimes delay doesn't mean denial, and then every setback is set for a comeback, right? I got made redundant twice in a year in pharma. So I figured out this ain't life, man.
Was that through COVID?
This is before COVID.
Is it?
Yeah, this is before. Cause I've been in the industry of finance now for 5 years. So got made redundant, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to go back into pharma, you know.
It must be a reason.
And then it's by chance, someone wanted to do a policy for me for insurance because I was a dad now. And then just understanding a bit more, but I was like, no, like, this makes sense. And I'm like, I thought this could really benefit like man's peoples, especially people that are around me that I know that are young dads and mums. Like, so one of my boys came to link me at my yard. He's like, EJ, like, what's going on, man? Like, the EJ that I know, like, what you're on it, like, you're trying to get a new job, you're trying to do, because I'm very ambitious, and he's like, no, like, everyone knows the guy that wants to make things happen. So now come link my bedroom that does insurance. Come talk to her. So I've gone to link her now. She's just telling me how it works. I'm like, no, I can do this because if I can talk to a gynecologist or I can talk to a cardiologist about certain drugs in the pharmaceutical industry, what's another person about insurance and finance? So gone to have a conversation now. I was like, I've got nothing to lose. Worst case, I still got my qualification from pharma. I'll go back into that. So I sat down with the company director for this insurance company, telling me how it works. I said, yeah, no, I can do this, man. I know people know me. I feel like people trust me. So with finance, especially, it's an element of trust. 100%. So got the role. Where do I start? Start talking to people. This is what I do. Insurance. Look, yeah, I know it's not a sexy term or a sexy word, but you kind of need it, right?
Yeah.
You got a property. You got children.
Facts.
You know, everyone wants to. Well, everyone has to ensure their car. It's mandatory, but if something happens, you're like, thank God I got that. Yeah. Why not the same for our lives? And it's a weird one because obviously, like I said, I was at Olympia today and earlier. And when you mention the word insurance, no, not insurance, not insurance. but
people are scared of that word, you know.
So, no, should I preempt?
I just see it as a direct debit. That's what it is.
Bro.
Brother, no.
You're trying to preempt, like, this and that. But then when you start having like reasoning, people are having conversations, like, do you know what? Because people will hear you first before anything else, and they hear, you know what? I like how you brought that down. It's true. I do need it because that happens. Then what? And I always say, look, boom. I don't know about you. But I'm telling you now, no one's leaving me behind £1 million, you know? Yeah. But you can take out a policy for £1 million, as long as you are truthful on the application, they will leave that behind for your loved ones. Bro, that's the easiest way to create wealth. Not everyone's got to leave £1 million, cut your cloth according to your size. Even if you're leaving behind 100 bags or say 50k, that's something. Because let's be honest, unfortunately in our community, whether people want to argue with me, we are the community that transfers, instead of wealth being transferred downwards, we're transferring it upwards. And why I say it's because we're leaving behind debt, bro. One of my bedrooms, she posted me up on her IG the other day, big up to Lisha, it was poetry, and then she was just basically talking about her grandma passing away. She's having to deal with the whole estate situation.
Huge as well, especially if there's like property and money and
other family members.
Yes, very
tricky.
tricky.
Can get tricky.
Because when death happens in amongst family, everyone comes out like vultures.
Yeah, it's techie still.
What's for me? What's in my name? What's not in my name? One of my bedrooms that lives in Brixton, the nan's yard worth over 750k.
Mad.
Big issue.
That part yard ain't gonna get sold.
Yeah, when there's siblings
they're
involved,
gonna uphold that.
techie
Siblings, aunties, uncles.
Everyone
thinks they're entitled to something. I've all had in my family time ago wills being denied and that. Like man are saying, oh, the person who died can't write, so how can she sign the will? Man's not. I don't believe that she would have left that to that person. I'm saying I was as a young youth then, but now I'm an adult looking back on it, kind of what you said. I think man are vultures still, and this is all like far cousins, but it was in Jamaica. But it was just like, this is mad still.
One of my colleagues had a mad. Thank God, like everything smoothing out. He had a mad situation whereby done a life insurance policy for a lady. The lady passed away, but it wasn't placed into a trust. Family members come out like vultures. Yeah. So now, obviously, they're going back and forth with the probate to obviously get the money released, whatever. Now, out of nowhere, the estranged husbands come, said, that's my wife, though.
Yeah. Legally. Mad thing.
Got to go through the process
Yeah, he does.
But thankfully, how it got patterned, it ended up going to the kids. Okay. But just imagine. Yeah. A strange husband, you know?
Yeah.
But he sniffed their life insurance. Let me get that.
It's crazy.
So, I think for me, just having that belief and seeing insurance work for people, and they say it don't have to be say strenuous in your pocket. I'm a realist when I talk to people. I'm like, look, we've all got outgoings, you know, but the same way if you do a cheeky Chinese or whatever you like to eat, if you're doing a cheeky Chinese, it might be £40.
Yeah.
Bro, you're telling me
this is a man with 5 kids, £40 Chinese.
EJ, he doesn't use travel insurance. What do you think about that?
Travel insurance. I've got travel insurance now.
Okay,
Barclays, the only reason why I got it, do you know why I got it?
You're changing your tune now.
I didn't until the other day.
Go on.
I broke down my car, bro.
Oh, okay.
I broke down my car, and guess what? I didn't
you?
have breakdown insurance.
Oh, your life will humble you.
Oh, I had to pay like £4 bills to get
you
this car
that.
towed back to the ends. I was stressed.
You
And you
need
know what?
that.
Barclays do breakdown with travel insurance for like £14. I paid for it. I was like, oh, bruv, I need to buy this now. So I have it by default. I don't want it. I have it by default.
Like, you know what? I always say that same thing comes almost like with insurance. Some insurance policy, you don't necessarily want to pay for it. I'll be honest. Let's be real.
Until it hits.
But when you have a situation, you're like, thank God
They've got it.
Yeah.
That's why I say I'm just a realist. Because I say it like this: if God forbid I pass away, and my wife's got to beg for GoFundMe for me.
Yeah, that's
I
that can't
failed.
run still.
No,
That
it's true.
GoFundMe thing for me can't
And I'm
run.
seeing it's
Man,
sad.
put me in a box. Don't even. But you know what? With the GoFundMe thing, man, I don't want to touch on it too much, but
Go on.
I feel like they're asking for more money that's needed for certain things still.
Boy,
Bro, there's no cap on a lot of it.
yeah.
There's no cap.
Yeah, there's no cap. No, they have like a £10,000 like. They'll
Yeah,
put
but that's
they
what I'm
want.
saying. They might put the cap here when really they. You know what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying.
So they say in the UK, I think the average, I could be wrong for, so you know, there's always episodes on TikTok or Google. I think the average funeral is around 9k, for example.
That's too expensive, you know.
That is.
That's
But
too
now,
expensive. My thing should be no more than 2k. I'm dead.
We're
EJ,
literally
I don't
putting
care.
you in
Yeah,
cardboard.
I'm dead, bro.
No, but I hear you.
We're
I
I
putting
don't
you in a
want no
cardboard
big
box.
thing. I don't understand. I'm dead.
Kai, you know you're
If I
going
was
in a
getting-
cardboard box.
I don't mind. That's what I want. I don't even care about paper box. I don't mind. Paper mache me.
Once you're gone, you're gone.
Oh,
But it's your loved ones. Innit?
I hear
They wanna
that.
make sure
They
you
were,
send
yeah.
them.
Okay, fair enough. But still, don't go over the top. But yeah, go on.
But
Sorry.
I was gonna say, if you look at our community now, for example, like say my background I'm from Sierra Leone, yeah. So they do the funeral. Then after they do something called the 40 day.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Jamaicans are
Nine,
Caribbean.
nine.
That's
Yeah.
all the money in
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
And the funeral never taking place.
Yeah. You're right.
And then
Still.
Sierra Leone will do like a 1 year celebration after. That's money.
Yeah, that's
everything's
crazy.
cost.
So it's like
Get your life insurance, people.
not even just that. I always the main thing I say to people, like, okay, I know that's gonna cover you when you pass away or cover your loved ones, but what can you do for yourself today? Right? I was talking to a lady the other day. I mean, not today. Sorry, today. I just met her, bro, and look healthy. She has stage 4 cancer,
You
Man.
know.
and my jaw dropped. She said it's okay, and I can see the way she said to me it's okay. It's like she's come to terms with it.
Yeah, she's
But
done.
my brain, I'm like,
You're functioning.
and you're looking, bro, you wouldn't think she has stage 4 cancer. But I said to her, you know what? I hate to say this to you, but why didn't you get critical at the time? Do you know what she said to me? This is what everyone says. I didn't think I would need it.
Yeah.
And I said, just hearing that in real time, because obviously I've had clients claim on critical that I got paid out, but I've never met someone that had the opportunity to get it and decline it and now get cancer. And she said, EJ, everyone should get critical illness because you just don't know. Even I met a guy today at Olympia as well. So he has this something called AF, so atrial fibrillation, so like a heart condition. And he was like, literally, I thought nothing would ever happen to me. It's just by chance my wife nudged me to get life insurance. He said, I want to see if I can get critical. I don't know because of my condition.
They deny some conditions then.
So normally, if it's pre-existing, some will be excluded or some will just be like, we just can't cover you full stop.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it kind of varies from condition to condition. But obviously, it's more about speaking to the providers or the pre-sales underwriters to understand because each company operates differently. So some will be more lenient, some will be like, oh.
Like car insurance.
Are there any like illnesses or any ailments like they will not cover you
ADHD,
life insurance
so you're
for?
fucked.
Are you being serious?
And he's listening to me as well.
So
I'm joking.
no, you're covered ADHD. Obviously, they want to know to the extent. But no, it's cool. So with certain cancers, it can be a bit techy. Someone will say, okay, you got to go a certain number of years in remission. Some will say as a result, you can only take it out for a certain number of years. Some providers will say, okay, we're willing to cover you, but we're going to increase it by say 50%. Or
Okay, premiums might be higher than that.
And they will say, okay, because of your condition, we're only going to allow you for a maximum term of 20 years. But it does vary from provider to provider. So I always say, if you're going to speak to an advisor, ideally me, big myself up quickly, but you speak to an advisor, just make sure they work with whole of market.
I'm gonna plug in below.
Come on.
The reason why I say that is because, say you speak to an advisor and only operating with 4 providers, there's about 12, what is even more than 12, but let's say the main ones are 12 in the UK, right? You only operate with 4 and they come up to you with a client, you're just going to think I can't get covered.
Yeah.
Is
Whereas
Vitality one?
Yes.
Come on. That's what I got life insurance with.
They're a good company.
Come
I'm
on.
not going to lie. If you've got the most recent ones,
I've got no idea what I got. But I paid 12.
because we could talk
He's got the cheapest thing.
Probably. I wanted the Apple
But he's
Watch at
got
the time.
some- but he's got
Do you
something.
know what I mean? Like, I wanted the Apple Watch at the time,
Yeah.
but they was doing something where you have to build up towards it. I said, oh, fuck that. But I'll continue to pay it. And then I just actually got an Apple Watch separately. But my brother was telling me they're giving away Apple Watches. That's why I went on.
Yeah, so normally, I believe if you have a policy that you're paying £45, you can take out an Apple Watch with them, but it's like a 36-month contract.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
it works
see.
is, as long as you engage in their program, you don't pay anything.
Yeah, you got to do some walking and shit like that.
But to be fair, I think it's good because
No,
it kind of
it's-
encourages you to keep fit.
Yeah,
and
It
healthy.
does,
there's
yeah,
an
yeah.
incentive behind
Yeah,
it.
it's actually, you got to do like swimming and shit like that. You got to actually do some stuff.
That's good
And
still.
we need to, restrict. We need to make sure our lungs are getting opened up, man. Because what a lot of us do is sitting on couch potatoes.
Yeah.
We're not designed to sit on a laptop. Just,
Yeah,
do you know what I'm
what
trying to say?
the
So that's
world
why I like
is
what you're talking about football, people going to the gym, just keeping active. Let's be honest. But
they ask you that stuff, and that stuff affects your premium, innit? They was
Yeah.
asking me all of that, like how many
Yeah.
times a week do you go to the gym?
okay, no, not going to the gym. Doesn't
Not
really
necessarily, but like as in how active are you and stuff like that.
Not necessarily. It's more like your health. So,
Okay.
for example, say if, high blood pressure, for example, if you're not well controlled, that can increase your premium.
Okay, fair.
Say if you're type 2 diabetes, some providers might exclude you from saying getting critical illness, or they could give it to you, but it's additional fees are paid on top.
Yeah.
But I always say try and do it when you're healthy because it's going to be bloody
Cheaper.
cheap.
Yeah.
And if you're young, get it done younger. Because the mistake a lot of such people in their mid-20s or younger, oh, I don't need it, I got no kids. I hear you. But you see it today, you don't see it tomorrow. It's better putting something in place that is manageable for you because it's going to be cheaper. And just leave it.
And
if you ever need to claim, thank God I got it. Because the mistake people make is, and I've had this happen to me a few times, people, EJ, you know that insurance you spoke to me about? Can I get that?
Changes.
Why? You know, they kind of said that they think I got this. I said, huh? It don't work like that.
Man trying to backdate the cover. Like man lost the phone. You know,
No,
you lost the phone and you try to say, nah, I didn't lose it yesterday. I lost it 3 weeks ago. Let me get my insurance to cover that room, boy. Man, we know, we see, bro. Don't try it.
I can't lie. Insurance, it's a scary word for a lot of people because when people hear the word insurance, do you know what comes to mind? It's
Scams.
Sophie calling you on a Tuesday morning going, Mr. XY, I heard you was in a car accident yesterday. And I was like, bro, I don't even have a car. What are you talking about?
They were relentless, innit? I'm like, you man, come on, give it a rest. No, relentless with that whole.
That's what comes to mind when people think of insurance.
PPI
But
and all that.
the conversations around insurance are important. You get what I'm trying to say? Because obviously people don't want to be paying out money that they think they're not going to ever see or need to use. You know what I'm trying to... People are hoping, they're crossing their fingers whenever they take out an insurance policy that they don't have to claim.
Do you know what it is?
Because you don't want your car to get licked, or you don't want like your flight to get cancelled, or you don't want to die, or someone that you love to die. So you're hoping you don't have to.
Sorry, Scott, so speaking with flights. If you're gonna book a flight, please book it with your credit card, man. Straight protection.
Yeah.
Because when it happens, that money gets refunded back to you.
Okay.
If not, brother, good luck. You can get it back eventually.
Yeah,
good luck.
time, innit?
Whereas you do it for your credit card, exactly.
That happened to me.
So I encourage everyone, if you're gonna book a flight,
my dad told me that still. That happened to my dad still. He got swindled.
Swear.
You know these old men and that, they don't really read stuff properly. They got the money back because
it's
credit
normally
card.
men as well, you know. Normally men as well.
Yeah, but it's always men who are just rushing and it's hasty. But yeah, why do you think they don't teach this stuff in school? Like that's a big thing because
Can I?
it's real, and it's realer than fucking Pythagoras theorem and the cliche things that all people say. So what do you think it is?
Still
Why
remembers pi squared till this day? But ask what I do.
we do with it? Yeah. So why do you think they don't teach like real life issues
I feel
that man are really gonna encounter?
it's the type of school you went to.
Do you think?
Hands down, because I think the beauty of what I do, because I speak to clients from all
Yeah,
backgrounds,
fair.
all level playing, for all salary types. One lady I spoke to, her son in primary school, they have a financial well-being week.
Mad.
Primary school.
What primary school is that?
It was in the same funny thing in Purley, funny enough, actually.
It makes sense.
So they get financial advisors to come in, mortgage advisors, primary school mortgages. I'm baffled. Talk about budgeting and saving.
I don't think you understand what that does for the mind.
That's
In a
what
good
we
way.
needed, bro.
Yeah.
But I can't even lie. The school, obviously, I live in Kent now, so even the school my children, my daughter and son go to, they're doing like financial wellness for parents.
That's sick.
I'm like, I don't remember this when I was in primary school a long time ago for me, but I don't remember that from my parents.
Nah, that never happened, though. Trust me.
Or helping people like with maths to learn. So maybe if you're an adult, maybe you're poor at maths, you're learning maths so you can teach your kids. I'm like, I don't remember this.
That's a big one, Like thinking about what you just said, like kids in the start getting sent home and their parents can't do their homework. They're fucked, bro.
That's common,
That's common, bro.
realised
No wonder man ain't making no
I
progress.
heard a stat. I think I was even on Talk Sport when I was whenever in the kitchen, whatever, doing all this work stuff around out on like the radio. They said 1 in 5 households, or was it 1 in 5 children? 1 in 5 households, 1 in 5 children don't have a book at home.
Yeah,
I said,
bro. That would, you know what you asked me just before we started recording, the biggest difference between when I used to go to my brethren's in primary school's houses. I've said this before in the pod. Bookcase in every yard.
Brother.
Go now, no bookcase.
Brother.
DVD case. That's what I'm saying. Instead.
Games case.
Yeah, do my thing. That's actually one of the biggest differences I used to clock.
When I used to,
Now I've grown up.
So sometimes when I used to work in Canary Wharf, I used to, because on the Saturday I'll go into the office, and when I'd be in a train now, just going in and I'll see like families, and I'll see there's some that's on their phones, whatever. But then I'll see there's one group and it rang bells in my head.
Reading.
The dad had a book. The 3 kids, everyone had a book.
Mad.
I said, yeah.
That's how it needs to be.
Because I'm thinking, right, man, we just have everyone got tablets. But what's that doing to man's brain?
Facts.
At least with a book, you're actually really your digestion. You can you're creating things in your brain, X, Y, Z. That's why a lot of people are the zombies. And I'm not here to get onto anyone that's on the whole game. Great, because people are making crazy money off that.
It's mad right now.
But I feel like from that age, say I can't remember the correct age, but I think let's say from 3 to 7.
Your hardest development time, innit? Yeah, you absorb the most.
Your brain is active. So it's like, what are we doing as parents to make sure that our children are fully engaged and it's just taking in what they need to take in? And I feel like, again, that brings that whole thing to schools. What are schools trying to implement to the children? Because I kid you not, certain schools are teaching those kids.
Let's come to this then. Sorry to cut you.
That's fine.
Why do you think then some of the schools you've mentioned are making if that's the word, an economical guess that they're already good schools? The people that go there are already kind of there. You've said like Ken and your clients that are of a certain ilk, yeah? So let's say people that have come from where we've come from, per se, your South Londons, yeah? The schools generally, apart from the few private schools, and there's obviously some outstanding schools, are below that ilk. Why are they teaching those ones to really keep what they've got, but not allowing these ones to try and gain what they have? Or why do you think? Because you don't know. But what do you think the difference is between that?
Where did I hear this saying before? It was mad, but it's rang my head. And someone said, "But someone's still got to make my coffee." But I can't remember where I got that from, bro. And
You said this the other day. We need workers on the floor at Sainsbury's.
I said that. I said that the last pod, or it might be the pod before, but I said, when people are trying to be too ambitious, and I don't knock them, I want them to do well, but in a world, for a world to rotate, not everyone can be the CEO.
It sounds mad.
Man needs a man who was scanning. And that's what my thing was, scanning, bro. I wasn't trying to be the manager. Man's a scanner. I had to play my position, play my part.
I've been there.
Yeah,
I've done my
same. But it has to do that. And you know what? Once I go and level up, not necessarily in the retail, but something else, just they replace me. Advert goes online. We get someone else to fill. It's a food chain thing.
It's mad.
And you know what? Because you've said that now, you've hit that a nail on the head for me in regards to, let's not get not cancelled, but he's scared. He's scared of like the monarchy and that, and like
This guy treads a fine line, bro.
Powers that be. What I'm saying, yeah, the powers that be.
I don't mess with them.
He's scared of the powers that be.
I don't mess with them.
See, I'm saying, yeah. Anyway,
the
powers that be.
It's gonna be because of him.
We'll talk offline.
Nah, okay. Yeah, actually, you gotta make sure you get home safe and don't go in no tunnels and none of that. Yeah, just be safe. But the powers that be, they want to control.
My boy's outside. I don't know how do we get him in. He's been belling off my line.
You can buzz.
Let me message him now.
But the powers that be, they just want to keep. They kind of want to keep it where it is, basically. They're not allowing man to maneuver. That's mad. So it's sad still.
No. And do you know what it is? Again, just going off conversation I have, my cousin, for example, it's what you're being taught in school. People are taught that they're going to be owners, or CEOs, or high level in their field. It's almost like the path has been laid out for them.
Yeah.
Because again, where are they now going to? Social clubs. They're playing cricket. They're playing tennis. They're playing rugby. And it's so funny. On the ends, we look down on rugby, but really and truly, even though it's, what was that saying? They say football's meant to be like a gentleman's game played by thugs, whereas rugby is like a thugs game played by gentlemen. Right? Yeah. Obviously, that's their whole character building, whatever. But then it's who are they meeting on the sidelines? Does that make sense? Whereas you tend to find with football, a lot of it's commoners. Let's be honest. Yeah. That's their way.
It's equipment, isn't it, as well, or resources, should I say? They put football pitches everywhere, but rugby pitches are not everywhere. Same with cricket. Can't be. I don't want to use the word poor, but you got to have some extra income to buy
you can't play cricket on Clapham Common.
Yeah. Not even that, just the equipment, bro, alone. To buy the bat, to buy the shield, to buy the head guard, to buy the cup.
But you think about the lawns that they play on.
It's different. Everything's.
You get me?
That's like swimming, same thing. It's not cheap.
And even to add on to that, it's the universities that they go into as well. You've got the Russell Group universities, for example. If you go there, you're going to do all right. If you see that on your CV, they think, okay, you're going straight to the top. And yes, I know they're trying to make it more what's the word, a level playing field or diverse, whatever you want the term you want to use. Unfortunately, you can still cut through. You can always. I would say when there's a war, there's always a way, but it boils down to what connection have you made.
100%.
Who's that person that you can send an email to that can really put your case forward? Does that make sense? And I thought that.
You think that's the most important thing then? Obviously, have your foundation of education and obviously some knowledge. Because you don't want to get in the door and embarrass my man that got you there. But really and truly,
you have to be competent. Definitely.
Yeah, getting in the door with the use of contacts per se is probably the most important thing you've noticed.
I can't lie. There was a brother called Paul who got me into home base, fam. Mad things. That was my first pattern, you know, my first job. And it's funny that you mentioned that. Like, I can't even remember how I met him, but I met him. He's an older guy as well, and his mate was the manager of one of the home bases, and like he just made a call, bro, and I was in, and that was my first job.
And you apply online, you weren't getting it.
That's what I'm saying. I just took a man's food, and he had no idea. There was probably a brother on there like applying for the role, and
probably
a brother
fasting as well for it.
You know what I'm saying? And then just me cut through, like, just off a phone call. So, but it's mad still.
And also as well, why I know this real, bro, even with what I do, someone can say, oh, EJ, I got this person I think that can do well. All right, give me the number. Let me see. That's something like, as we all level up, it's now who can we open the door for?
And if you are, like you said, competent, like the person that's told you that, you trust them. Do you know what I mean? If an idiot told you, I got a person, you're just going to ignore them kind of thing.
But shaky.
Yeah, exactly. But
no
like
credibility.
Said, no credibility. That thing matters still. Once you get in the door, that's how I always tell, like, I don't always tell people, but as in, like, that's an important thing, I think, as well, should I say. Once you get in the door, the competence you have to display,
so important.
It's important, bro.
Because it's not just your name on the line, it's that person that's brought you through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're speaking for everyone. So next time I recommend someone, it's all over and that. So no, I don't remember when you bought so and so, mate. He was there for 4 weeks.
Yeah, they're making a joke of it, but
yeah,
they've noted it down. Never again.
They mean it. You don't want to be that guy. Still, that's technical.
Real quick, man, wanted to get into another topic with you, man.
Go for it,
bro. Obviously, EJ, Kai, I don't have to tell you guys. You guys know what's going on financially in the world and in this country right now.
Recession.
Well, it's been documented like in the last month or month and a half that, you get what I'm saying, the UK was officially in a recession coming towards like the end of the fourth quarter last year. And obviously with what's going on in the world right now, and in the country specifically, a lot of people are opening their eyes now. With the whole after COVID thing where people were like working from home, which we didn't know we could do. Some companies didn't believe they could do. Obviously, people are at home now more than ever before. People are working online. People are online on social media, making money through XYZ. And now they're like, rah, I'm making money from home. Can I do this elsewhere, i.e. another country? Have you, man, looked into other countries, or have you like thought about moving to any other countries? Or
man's always looked, not always like properly, but I feel like every couple of months I'll go on Google and just put my job title and Dubai next to it. Or Australia. Well, the other day, one youth in my workplace, he's moving to do physio in Bermuda. I thought, that's cold. Let me Google that, but see what he's trying to deal with.
What's you man's take on the whole?
But I don't think I'm going though.
Moving abroad,
like it's a fantasy.
It's so funny because me and my wife have been having discussions recently, but I was like, you know what? It'll be nice. Let's go maybe somewhere like the UAE for a couple of years, just to have a different quality of life. And it does help. It's tax free. Because one thing I always say, it's mad. The way they tax us in this country, you would think that they woke up and went with us to work. The way they cheers. Here's our contribution for what you've done this month. It's mad. But I was like to my wife, I just want to have certain things in place first. Of course. Then we can maybe consider to do that. But my only thing is, I'm like, with me, I only went to one's primary school and one's secondary school. I don't really want to uproot the kids like that. That's just the only thing. But it's a back and forth in my brain, isn't it?
But it's for the greater good, I guess. It's obviously depends how long you stay there, innit?
This is the thing. But
is there any other countries other than the any other regions other than the UAE?
Mate.
So do you know what? It's mad because with what I do, as long as I got a Wi-Fi connection, I can really just do Zoom calls, Google Meets, But I do like meeting people in the face to face. When we're at events like today, for example, it just helps to just connect people, speak to real people. Whereas say if I'm in the UAE, for example,
it's all online.
You know, unless, but no, another country they consider Ghana though. To be fair,
Is it?
Yeah.
Ghana, the infrastructure,
Mad right
I think is like.
Listen, what they're doing out
they
there.
fast forward out there still.
Well, it's proper, man. I got a couple of my brothers that's living there full time, and it's man. They're singing praise. Like one of my boys was working for Sky, and they'll pay him when he was out there.
Swear.
Big Sky, you know.
Mad.
Still.
So I'm just like, it's attainable. I think it's just that conversation that you have. One of my boys is in Colombia right now, literally, and he's
Passport bros vibes.
Okay,
no, the bros are out there still.
No, the bros are out there. So the company he works for in London, they're paying him.
Yeah. Swear.
Bro, the apartment's sweet. Living a good life.
Yeah. The quality of life in like these places we were mentioning, like South America, Central America, the UAE, Africa, it's different, bro.
And the thing is, people are happy.
Yeah, the weather, man. Weather makes a big difference, bro.
There's that thing, what's the term called? But it's like, whereby because of the season, you
Seasonal
get
depression, yeah.
It's real.
I think it's called sad, actually.
Because you understand,
something like
England
that,
it is cool. No, it is sad. No pun intended.
No, the abbreviation. Yeah, I agree.
It's sad for real.
It's all sad. It's sad and it's sad.
When I think, I'm like, no, UK, it's bad
Bro,
vibes, you know. When it's not hot, it's bad vibes.
Do you know how media is? Waking up, dark. Going to work, dark. I mean, coming home from work, dark.
Yeah, it's mad.
Man, niggas see no sunshine all in 24 hours.
And let's be honest,
man, just in an office.
Obviously,
allow me, man.
Parts of England's different, but even in London, people don't stop to say hello to anyone.
Yeah,
you know?
concrete jungle, bro.
Bro, like when I was living, like say, just in South, come up my door. If I look at someone and say hello, raw.
Yeah. Even your neighbour, they live next to years. Sometimes you can't even say. You don't know what you can say hello or not. Remember we had that discussion.
Yeah.
Like your neighbour sometimes.
I come out literally. I'm when I first moved to Kent. I open the door, came out the first one. Tell, how you getting on? And I was like, me?
Don't chat. Don't chat to me.
Why are you chatting to me?
I was like, raw.
Stay out my business.
Are you settling in? I was like, this is nice. Even like, when I'm on my way to going into London today, came up my neighbour on my right. He was doing something with his car. My other neighbour on the left. Like, yeah, you getting on? Yeah, I'm all right. You know, Sunday, yeah, blah blah blah. But it's just like little general chit chat. Yeah. Whereas, bro, you can't do that in Barcelona. It's mad. It's a myth.
Still, it's true.
It's mad. I thought that's everyone just depressed, bro. It's mad. You know.
Weather plays a big part.
It does.
Big part, man.
Weather plays a huge.
I wouldn't move anywhere there where the weather's worse. So it wouldn't make no sense.
I think. Do you know one of the things like man was thinking about? It's obviously uprooting your life to go to a different. My mum and dad have both left the country now. So for me, it'd be like obviously the man them are here. I got a few family members here, but for me, I could do it now. Because my mum and my dad's not here. Because I felt like, I don't really want to leave my mum and my dad, mainly.
But they left you.
Yeah. But they're living their life. They're doing their thing, innit? So,
you got siblings?
Yeah. I got a sister. She's still here. She's doing her thing. But for me, it was mainly like, I don't want to leave the country. And my mum and my dad, they're getting older. I don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? But they've done their thing, which I was happy about. And it's like, I think the main thing for me, if I go to another country, obviously I got a son, like, I want him to be in a school where he sees himself, where there's diversity, you know what I'm saying? I think important. That was a important thing for man. And, but thinking about that, it was like, even if I go somewhere in England, if I move like to a nicer area, like, and me and my girl send him to like a school in like a nicer area, he may be in a school that's not diverse anyway. So it's like a double-edged sword in the fact that you might leave the country and try and send him to a school in that country, and you know it's not really a diverse thing, but you may be in the country, you may be in the UK, and you just move to a nicer area, but the schools in the area are not really diverse. So it's like it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what
I'm
saying?
saying? Meant to end up like Brian Bello and that, you know, Brian Bello.
No,
don't worry then.
Right, this sounds like a serious story.
No. Brian Bello, the guy from Big Brother, bro, the black brother.
With the mad thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he relaxed his hair and that, So I'm saying, you know, man, to end up.
It's sad, you know.
But he didn't see himself still. I was wearing blue contacts and that.
See what I'm saying?
Lived in Essex, because
it's
that's probably
a big thing.
Not even no banner. Obviously, it's funny, but he probably come from what you were saying. Obviously, I don't know his story deeply, but when you look at him, man, you can see like.
He hasn't been around his own people.
He's been around what he knows, and because he's thinking, fam, I need to be like that.
Was he Nigerian? Well,
I think so. Yeah. That's a Nigerian.
Sometimes, obviously, I don't know if you heard of this saying, but there's this thing in the 80s and 90s called farming. I don't know if you heard about that term.
No.
So it was almost like, it sounds mad, yeah. Obviously, not to offend any Nigerians, but kind of was like a flex whereby people would maybe come to study and had children, but they would leave their children with like white nannies, basically white families that would look after their kids. But they'd be like, I'll come to London, I'll leave the kids there, and I go and do my things like a flex. But what happened was the children being mistreated, basically.
Of course, yeah.
And what was these people were paying the white families like X amount of money so they could look after the kids. But you find out a lot of the kids, the money weren't going towards kids.
Of course,
the way they were dressed was looking mad.
Not feeding them and that.
Don't know how to deal with the hair type, texture. It was mad. So basically, a lot of them didn't know that identity because obviously
my Nigerian brothers are gonna be in the comment.
Let them comment.
They're not gonna be happy about this one.
It's documented.
Some of them are like older now in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and they're confused.
Yeah, they got an identity
really just
crisis.
don't know. Like, I know I'm Nigerian, but then
nothing's been Nigerian.
British,
nothing's been Nigerian.
I've really been
I get
Nigerian
you
like
still.
that. Or I can't really identify with the culture, but then I want to feel like I'm British, but I've never been made to feel British because obviously if you're going to certain parts, say like in like Tilbury or whatever, them Essex areas back in them days, mad racist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's mad. I feel like diversity is very important, but then again, I always say we're only 3%, you know.
Yeah.
In the UK. So it's very important to be in areas whereby you can feel represented, and whereby you don't feel
to a degree, though, innit?
This is it. Because you really want to go to a school whereby it's just solely black. Like for example, when I went to St Mary's, it was predominantly black. Yeah. But then that's not representation of England.
Real life. Yeah.
So then when I went to exactly real life in the UK, when I went to now John Fisher, for example, and I'm seeing bare white, there was some black people. My brain just couldn't adjust. Like, I really couldn't adjust to it. Whereas I'm like, I wish if I had that from a younger age, I can now be able to see a realistic overview of the real world and know how to navigate. If that makes sense, it's almost like now I've had to go to uni, come out of uni now. Okay, I can really.
Your reality keeps changing, innit?
You see what I'm trying to say? So
I think the best thing is just having a mix in it. You don't want too much of one thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I wouldn't want to send them to a school with a bag of.
No, it's true.
You can't decide that as well. Really. You can pick his, like, you're gonna be the parent that picks his friends. You know, when he rolls up with Malik and and you're gonna be like, nah, can't play with him.
But there's some parents that move like that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Parents actually do move like that.
Their own
parents move like that still. And
I think if you teach your children the right way, like my mum always was like, she always used to say like, choose your friends wisely. You know what I'm saying?
So
I think when your like parents instill that into you, you naturally gravitate towards the guys who are like you and how you've kind of been raised as well.
You try
kinda.
Too as much. You try to, but life in it sometimes. Really, if you wanna be say with the cool cats, like you're not to mischief, because it seems a fun thing to do. You wanna maybe navigate towards that, or maybe there's guys that maybe more studious, but maybe you might see it as boring. So it's mad. I feel like as we're growing up, we're trying to find out who we are, innit? Or try to identify who we want to be. And sometimes, peer pressure can play a
100%.
part. Where you've grown up can play a part as well. And even if you know right from wrong, but sometimes wrong feels good. If that makes sense.
Wrong feels right, bro.
Exactly. no, literally. So
wrong feels right.
It's growing up is an interesting dynamic, man. You know, and especially just certain areas that maybe you've grown up in or things you've seen. Like even I saw a guy yesterday from my old area. Like he was one of there's like a saying Hellraiser. He was a Hellraiser, and just seeing him, just like his whole demeanor, dynamic just changed. Like whole countenance, like so you can see that. You can see where a man is reflects upon life and his actions, because he was someone that was in and out quite a lot. And he was saying like how he's got 3 children now, and he converted to Islam. Well, he converted to Islam back in the day, but because he's really on his deen now, proper. And I know some of the guys say he's around now, and obviously they're like very calm, humble, collected. It's very just about themselves, and that makes it like in terms of life, what to do in it. So this talks, I was like, raw, like this is mad. Because if this was like say 15 years ago,
different
convo. Never. I would have crossed the road. I want to have a conversation with you. But the scene now is, I was like, life changes. Sometimes you go through seasons or you experience certain things, like, you know what, it can be changed, it can be done. And I feel as perhaps if you're, I feel like there's people that are still stuck.
100%.
And it's sad to see it, because it's almost like being stuck is not going to help you, if I'm being honest, So
like man said at the start, we kind of need some man to be stuck still. The way the world is. No, I've been menting. You gotta be honest, innit? Imagine everyone elevated. It's kind of like the world doesn't go around.